Super Mario Sunshine is my favorite game of all time, and ever since custom achievements have come out for it, I've been determined to complete each set. There are sets for vanilla SMS, just good old SMS, nothing wrong with that. Coin collector, you have to collect every single coin in the game. Wow, we're rich. Hoverless, can't use the hover nozzle for the entire playthrough. That sounds hard. Bonus, a set made of even harder achievements that are borderline impossible. Max percent pre-peach, where we have to... Wait. What do we have to do? Max percent pre-peach is actually a category in SMS speedrunning. The main objective of a run is to collect every shine sprite and blue coin before beating the brown piranha plant at the beginning of the game. So while we're definitely not speedrunning this, we'll still be aiming to complete the objective and collect every achievement along the way. So like and subscribe and let's get started. God, I hate that. The first achievement we can get is super easy. Just collect a shine sprite on the airstrip and boom! Progress is progress. Throughout this set, we need to abuse some glitches and exploits in order to get all that we can. And trust me when I say this, the difficulty of each rises tremendously. At the start of the game, all areas are still locked, except one. Pianta Village is the only area that is accessible at the beginning of the game. Usually we would need the rocket nozzle to reach it, but that's if we're going by Nintendo's rules. And with how they've been handling things lately, yeah, we're not gonna listen. If we do a precise triple jump off the shine gate, then immediately start hovering, we have just enough height to grab onto the top, giving us access to Pianta Village. This isn't difficult at all, and if you mess up, then you can quickly get back up to the shine gate. So 1 out of 10 bonobos of difficulty from me. Even with the sequence break, PV still plays as it should, which is a bit unfortunate when we get to episode 5. For this level, we need Yoshi to spray the orange goop in order to get to the secret stage, but since we haven't unlocked Yoshi in Delfina Plaza, he's not here either. This is where our first glitch comes in clutch. For some reason, this part of the tree is intangible, and if it wasn't, then this episode would be impossible to complete, I think. Look, I'm not an expert on sunshine glitches, okay? I just abuse them. After clipping through the tree, then immediately starting to hover, we can clip into the platform and access the level. So now we just have to collect the shine and prove that we're an independent man who don't need no Yoshi. This glitch also isn't super hard to do, and there's multiple ways it can be done. So it gets a 3 out of 10 bonobos from me. The rest of Pianta Village can be done normally, so after collecting every shine sprite for the area, we get another achievement. Since PV is the only place that is accessible before saving Peach, that means the only other shine sprites that we can get is in Delfina Plaza. But even then, it's still not a cakewalk. It's a fruit walk. If you don't know, fruit in this game can be used to utterly break it. Just grab a hearty bonobo, place it against the wall, slide down, and boom! You're wanted for illegal entry. We're going to utilize this glitch heavily for the rest of the set since we don't have the other flood nozzles. For example, in order to get the shine in this building and to access the secret stage in this one, we normally would need the turbo nozzle to break through the doors, which, now that I'm thinking about it, is still illegal entry. But with a single bonobo, we can clip into the buildings and steal the shines. Because yeah, when we're breaking and entering, walls don't exist. Another shine that is supposed to be impossible to get is the one at the top of this townhouse. The reason being because we're supposed to talk to this Chuckster Pianta who will toss us into it for just 1 coin. But since we're still in the first stage of Delfina Plaza, he hasn't spawned yet. The way we can get around this, of course, is by fruit clipping. If we take a bonobo to the roof of the building, line ourselves up just right, then do a standing backflip and toss it away, we'll clip right through the building to the shine, skipping the dreaded Mario toss. This glitch can be more difficult to pull off than the others simply because of the timing. If you throw the fruit too early or too late, then you won't clip through, causing you to have to go and grab it again, as well as redo the setup for the glitch, which just wastes time since the fruit will despawn after a certain point and you have to go all the way back to the stands to get another one and do the setup again, and it's just an inconvenience really. So it gets 5 out of 10 bonobos of difficulty from me. Just like episode 5 of Pianta Village, we usually would need Yoshi to spray the goop off of this pipe, but because fruit clipping exists, there's another way. By taking a bonobo to the small island and lining ourselves up to where it clips into the pipe, we can turn the camera around, jump, quickly toss it away, and clip under the pipe before jumping into the loading zone. Also, the achievement name is called Bouncy Barrel, so I guess you're supposed to do the clip with the barrel somehow, but I couldn't find any reference for it. 3 out of 10 bonobos from me. Another shine sprite we need to get is by collecting 100 coins within the plaza. This by itself isn't difficult and is actually comfortably possible at the start of the game. The difficult part comes in trying to get the shine sprite. Normally there would be some boats we could hop onto, but since we're living in a pre-peach snapped world, yeah, they don't exist. The workaround for this is a bit tricky and intimidating to pull off, but since it's so easy to retry, I'm giving it 2 out of 10 bonobos of difficulty. 1 for each frame perfect input we have to do. If we launch ourselves out of this manhole, then hover at just the right time, it will become intangible, which is needed for the next part of the glitch. If we launch ourselves out of the manhole again, then ground pound on one specific frame, we'll be able to stand on it for a couple of seconds. At this point, we have to do a frame perfect jump, which will give us a lot more height than normal. To me, this was the hardest part. If you don't time it correctly, then you'll just fall down. Yes, you can retry it over and over again, but after failing for so long, it can start to feel hopeless, which is where I was at. Until I remembered a tip someone commented in a different set. In the comments of another achievement for the SMS bonus set, the goat, a good duck, said, "The timing for cover jumps is different if the cover lands on a sun versus a moon. A sun is late timing, a moon is early timing." And this totally was the case. I thought there wasn't a difference, so that explains why I was messing up so much. With newfound motivation, I kept trying, specifically going for the moon early timing because I was so excited. And after a handful of tries, Mario soared into the air. The majestic, plump Italian plumber reached heights he never thought he'd reach by himself. He started hovering, diving to the spectacular shine sprite that he worked so hard to get, and he made it. He almost fell off, but he made it. So yeah, 2 out of 10 bonobos. But I promise you, these next 3 achievements are straight 10s for sure. And it's all because of one glitch. What we need to do is collect the shine sprites on top of the Shine Gate, East Bell, and Lighthouse. But there's one major issue. Each shine sprite is too high for us to reach it. This is where the most absurdly terrible, tedious, time-wasting glitch comes in. Remember how we had to clip into the townhouse for that one shine sprite? Well, there's more to that. If we clip into the building, then do the set again against this wall before quickly grabbing onto the ceiling, we'll be sent to heaven. I don't know how this works. Maybe too much potassium? I mean, how many bonobos can you eat before you earn a one-way ticket to the sky? From here, all we have to do is let go and wait an hour and 14 minutes. I am not kidding. We warped so high into the sky that it takes an hour and 14 minutes before we reach Delfino Plaza again. This sucks. I mean, you can't do anything else. You just have to sit and wait as Mario plummets his way back down to Delfino Plaza. During this time, I literally played on my DS, ate a sandwich, and even took a nap before I finally saw Delfino Plaza. But ladies and gentlemen and theys and thems, let me let you realize something. We still need to grab each shine sprite. Imagine if we missed them. Oh my god, come on. No, dude. I can't possibly describe how big the pit in my stomach was when I missed each time. And to make matters worse, you have to do it twice for the lighthouse. Once to ground pound the block to get the shine sprite to spawn, and another time to actually grab it. This glitch is not hard to do. In fact, I'll say it's 3 out of 10 bonobos to pull off, but it's the fact that you need to wait over an hour and have the accuracy of a surgeon in order to get these shines that makes it a 10 out of 10 for me. I eventually did grab all the shine sprites, of course, but to be honest with y'all, it felt like more of a relief that it was over than it was rewarding, which is really disappointing. The rest of the shine sprites that we need to get are pretty easy and don't require any glitches or exploits. So we collect the last of them and earn ourselves 2 achievements. The only other achievements we need to get now are for the blue coins, which feels like a lovely walk in the park compared to what we just went through. The first one is for collecting all obtainable blue coins in Pianta Village. Emphasis on the word obtainable. Put it in bold somehow. Obtainable. Normally we would collect 30 blue coins, but since we don't have Yoshi, we can't get the 3 from eating the butterflies and the bees. So we just have to settle for 27 blue coins and accept the achievement. The rest of the blue coins are in Delfino Plaza, but some of them require us to be a bit cheeky in order to collect them. There's this one stuck behind some orange goop that's supposed to be impossible to get without Yoshi, and yeah, we literally can just clip into the roof to get it. 1 out of 10 bonobos. There's another one stuck behind some goop, but it's a bit more tricky to get. Remember how we fruit clip into the building to get to the turbo level? Yeah, well, we have to do the same thing here, but a bit differently. If we take a piece of fruit up to the roof of the building, line ourselves up, jump, then throw it at the perfect timing, we can clip right through and into the coin. This can be a bit trickier to do because of the timing, and having to redo the setup isn't great either. So 3 out of 10 bonobos from me. The last blue coin we need to collect is in this pillar behind 2 doors. Usually we would use the turbo nozzle, but of course it wouldn't be that easy. The setup to get this blue coin is actually kind of wild and makes me wonder how someone even thought to do this. First, we need to grab a bonobo and place it in the right position in the ocean. Place it too close to the shore, it won't work for the rest of the setup. Place it too far, it'll just disappear. Then we have to head to the waterfall and mash our head against the gate until we clip below the water. From here, we can make our way back to the bonobo, grab it, and head to the pillar. This is probably where we're most likely to mess up because we have to time a perfect fruit clip. We have to stand with our back to the pillar, do a backflip, ground pound, then throw the bonobo. There's a lot of parts to this clip, and if you mess it up, then you have to redo the setup all over again, which isn't super terrible. Dropping the bonobo into the ocean, then clipping under it isn't hard at all, but it does take some time. So I'll give this last glitch a 6 out of 10 bonobos of difficulty for me. If you're struggling with this one, then I recommend using save states to get a feel for the timing before going for the actual achievement. This is what I did, and after a couple of minutes of practicing, I got it, giving us the last blue coin and last 3 achievements. One for collecting that specific blue coin, another for collecting all blue coins in Delfino Plaza, then lastly the one for collecting all obtainable blue coins, rewarding us with a sick badge and checking another SMS set off our list. This set was super fun. It was interesting to see what could actually be obtained before really starting the game and all the glitches and exploits needed to do it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Mario is guilty of multiple crimes after completing the set.